Yuki definitely stole the show today. He's a joy to be around. He's a character.
He's full of energy. He's doing a lot more than dancing and winning those competitions. He's helped elevate the tone of our practice. He's got bubbling personality. I'm glad he was able to showcase that center court in front of the fans.
What if I told you there's a 5'8" basketball player who's being compared to LeBron James? Sounds crazy, right? But that's exactly what's happening with Yuki Kawamura. This guy's not just playing ball, he's rewriting the rules of what's possible on the court. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. But here's the real kicker. Kawamura wasn't always dominating. In fact, he got crushed in his first World Cup game against Germany. So how did he go from zero to hero? What changed to turn this underdog into a world-class baller? The answer might surprise you, and it's got everyone talking. You know what's crazy? This 5'8" guy wasn't even supposed to be here. Picture Yuki Kawamura in Japan, absolutely dominating the B-League like it's nothing. He's dropping dimes, sinking threes, and making defenders look silly. Everyone's thinking, this kid's got game, but can he hang with the big boys? Then Yuki shows up to the FIBA World Cup, and it's a whole different story. His first game against Germany, total disaster. He couldn't make a shot to save his life, turning the ball over left and right. It's like watching a high school player trying to keep up in an NBA game. Everyone's shaking their heads thinking, yeah, he's too small. He can't hang at this level. But here's where Yuki's story gets interesting. Instead of giving up, he's in the gym non-stop. He's watching film, studying his opponents, determined to prove everyone wrong. You can almost see the fire in his eyes. This guy's not just playing for himself, he's playing for every undersized baller who's been told they're too small to make it. And then, boom! Next game against Finland, Yuki explodes for 25 points. But it's not just the points, it's how he gets them. He's weaving through defenders like they're standing still, pulling up for jumpers with confidence. And then, that insane three-pointer over 7-foot Lauri Markkanen. Imagine being almost 2 feet shorter than your defender and still draining a shot in their face. That's not just skill, that's pure heart. Suddenly, the basketball world can't stop talking about this little guy with a giant heart. Social media is blowing up with Yuki's highlights. People who've never even heard of him before are now his biggest fans. It's like watching a real-life anime protagonist level up mid-season. But let's talk about that Finland game for a second. Yuki's not just scoring, he's running the offense like a seasoned pro. He's finding open teammates, making smart decisions, and controlling the pace of the game. It's like he took all that frustration from the Germany game and turned it into rocket fuel. Speaking of rocket fuel, there's something even more powerful driving Yuki's game. How does a guy barely pushing 5'8" end up shocking his teammates and leaving NBA players in awe? It all comes down to one thing that can't be taught or trained. Let's talk about what makes Yuki Kawamura special. It's not just his skills on the court, it's his mindset. This guy's got a fire burning inside him that's hotter than a summer day in Tokyo. You know what he's doing in practice? He's picking up Ja Morant full court. Yeah, you heard that right, the same Ja Morant who's known for his explosive speed and highlight reel plays. Who in their right mind decides to guard Ja Morant for the entire length of the court? But here's where it gets wild. Yuki's teammates are watching him, probably thinking, is this dude for real? They're used to seeing guys his size play it safe, maybe hang back on defense a little. Not Yuki. He's out there treating every practice like it's Game 7 of the NBA Finals. And then something happens that blows everyone's minds. During a scrimmage, guess who's leading the team in offensive rebounds? Yuki, the shortest guy on the court, is out-rebounding everyone. It's like watching a Chihuahua outrun a pack of greyhounds. His teammates are looking at each other like, are we seeing this right? You've got to picture this scene. There's Yuki, all 5'8" of him, jumping into a forest of arms and legs, somehow coming down with the ball time after time. It's not just about his vertical leap, it's about his timing, his positioning, and most importantly, his sheer determination. He's reading the ball off the rim. He's boxing out guys a foot taller than him. He's just refusing to give up on any play. His teammates are shocked, but they're also impressed. Luke Kennard, who's seen his fair share of talent in the NBA, is telling anyone who'll listen that Yuki's gonna make a lot of money playing ball. That's some high praise coming from a guy who's been in the league for years. So what's Yuki's secret weapon? It's not some fancy move or a killer jump shot. It's his fierce competitiveness and his pure, unbridled love for the game. This guy eats, sleeps, and breathes basketball. He's not out there trying to prove he belongs. He knows he belongs, and he's daring anyone to try and stop him. Yuki's fierce competitiveness was about to be put to the ultimate test. Imagine scrolling through your feed and seeing this pint-sized powerhouse going toe-to-toe with NBA giants. The world world was watching, but could Yuki really hang with the best of the best? You're chilling at home, scrolling through Instagram, and bam! There's Yuki Kawamura, all 5'8" of him, breaking ankles and dropping dimes like it's nothing. His World Cup and Olympic highlights are everywhere. People can't get enough of this guy. It's like watching a real-life anime character come to life on the basketball court. But here's the thing, going viral is one thing. Making it in the NBA, that's a whole different ballgame. It's like the difference between karaoke night at your local bar and performing at the Grammys. The spotlight's brighter, the competition's tougher, and the stakes are way higher. So what happens next? The Memphis Grizzlies decide to take a chance on our boy Yuki. They bring him in for preseason, and suddenly, all eyes are on him. Everyone's wondering, is this guy for real? Or is he just another social media flash in the pan? And Yuki, he's not just playing. He's out there leading the team in assists. In preseason, as a rookie, that's like showing up to your first day of work and outperforming people who've been there for years. It's insane. The fans are losing their minds. They're cheering. Short Kings rise up every time Yuki touches the ball. He's not just a player anymore, he's becoming a symbol. For every kid who's been told they're too small, too slow, or just not good enough, Yuki's out there proving them wrong. You know what's even crazier? The Grizzlies see all this and think, yeah, we need this guy. They sign him to a two-way contract. Just like that, Yuki Kawamura, the 5'8" sensation from Japan, is in the NBA. He's teammates with guys like 7'4" Zach Edey. It's like David joining Goliath's team instead of fighting him. This isn't just a feel-good story. It's a real-life lesson in never giving up on your dreams. Yuki's journey from viral sensation to NBA player shows that with enough heart, skill, and determination, you can overcome any obstacle. He's not just playing basketball, he's changing the game, one assist at a time. Speaking of changing the game, Yuki's impact is drawing attention from some seriously high places. Imagine being compared to LeBron James when you're barely taller than his shoulders. Crazy, right? But here's the kicker. It's not about their size at all. You're probably thinking, come on, that's insane! A 5'8" guard and a 6'9" physical freak of nature? How can they possibly be in the same conversation? But here's the thing, when people are making this comparison, they're not talking about dunking or blocking shots. They're talking about how these guys change the game every time they step on the court. Let's break it down. What makes LeBron so special? It's his court vision, his ability to make his teammates better, and how he can take over a game when it matters most. Now, take a look at Yuki. This guy's out there threading passes through impossible gaps, setting up his teammates for easy buckets. He's got that same basketball IQ, that same ability to read the game like it's in slow motion. Remember that World Cup game against Finland? Yuki didn't just play well, he took over. He dropped 15 points in the fourth quarter alone. That's LeBron-level clutch right there. When the pressure's on, when his team needs him most, Yuki steps up. He's not just playing, he's controlling the game. But it's more than just stats. Watch Yuki on the court. He's constantly communicating, directing traffic, making sure everyone's in the right spot. Sound familiar? That's exactly what LeBron does. They're both floor generals, leaders who make everyone around them better. Now, I'm not saying Yuki's going to be the next LeBron. That'd be crazy talk. But what he is doing is changing how we think about size in basketball. He's proving that heart, skill, and basketball IQ can level the playing field, even against giants. Yuki's showing us that you don't need to be a physical freak to dominate the game. You just need to see the court differently, to think 3 steps ahead of everyone else. So, what's the deal with Yuki Kawamura? This 5'8" baller isn't just playing basketball. He's completely flipping the script on what we thought was possible. It's like watching David take on Goliath, except David's got handles and a killer jump shot. Whether Yuki becomes the next big NBA star or not, he's already lighting a fire under a whole generation of undersized players. Kids who were told they're too short, they're watching Yuki and thinking, maybe I can do that too. Here's the thing, next time you're feeling too small for your dreams, remember Yuki. Because in basketball and in life, it's not about how tall you stand, it's about how big you play. And Yuki, he's playing huge.